fixing to go get the boys, and I've dealt with a little bit of a crisis this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little user error on my part. I accidentally got rid of all of our video files from this morning's trip to the school, etc. Yeah, there may have been a tear. This is the second time
or two, three.
in 253 days that I've done something so stupid.
It happens.
Yeah, and data recovery works great for photos, but it doesn't work good for video files. No. Yeah, so if you ever need help with photo recovery, I'm your person, but video recovery, yeah. It doesn't work. So the first 4 minutes of today's video has been a story constructed from dash cam footage, which I actually think is a nice change of pace and turned out pretty good. Not gonna do that all the time, but you know, in a pinch it'll do. So yeah, I'm gonna try to put a smile back on my face. Poor Donnie, he doesn't need me being in a bad mood. Right. Yeah, he doesn't deserve that. But speaking of things that could put people in a bad mood, Don is continuing the saga of finishing up our taxes.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to get a handle on it. So I did finish up the federal taxes. Still have to do the state. That $7,500 federal tax credit was really nice. I mean, it did take a major dent out of our taxes, and I still worry a little bit about the way that the $7,500 tax credit is portrayed to people. It's like, oh boy, it's free money, but there's a little catch to it. You actually have to pay $7,500 in taxes. That doesn't mean they withhold $7,500, but your actual tax bill you have to actually pay the government at least $7,500. Now, if you pay $7,400, you get $7,400 back. So to maximize the full tax credit, you have to pay at least $7,500 in taxes. I did some online work back a while ago, and basically married, joint return, taking the standard deduction, which I realize most people do not, with 2 kids. You basically have to have an income somewhere about $85,000 before you actually end up paying $7,500 in taxes to the federal government. So, you know, I encourage you to look at your return, since this is tax time, either this year's return or last year's return, and see how much money in federal taxes you actually owed.
I really appreciate Don doing the taxes for us. I used to do my own taxes, and yeah, I realize it's, you know, not as much fun as some other things.
Yeah, although I have to say the web tools really help, and you know, we have a scanner, and that has helped quite a bit.
Yeah, we don't lose papers anymore now that we scan everything.
Yeah, but the one thing is good about the scanner is really that we put the stuff on Google Drive, and Google Drive has a algorithm that actually looks at the documents, so you can actually search them.
Right, and keywords that are in the documents.
I mean, they're basically pictures, right? They're scanned documents, but yet you can still search and find which documents are which. So that makes it kind of nice. So I would tell you, it's a convenient thing to do. Scanner's one step, but scanning it and storing it in Google Drive, where Google can get a hold of it and index it for you, so you can search your scanned documents, is very helpful.
So here's the Fujitsu Scansnap scanner that Don was telling you about. It's we have the IX 500, but there is a newer model. This thing has revolutionized the way we manage important papers in our house. We scan everything, and it automatically goes up to Google Drive for us. And this scanner, it's amazing. It's fast. It can scan thick things. It can scan little tiny receipts. It can scan a whole wad of papers at one time. The only thing that'll hang it up is staples. But other than that, you're good to go. So those documents go straight to Google Drive. It's a shared folder for me and Don, so we can both see them. Google indexes the contents of the documents for us, and we can search and find everything. So no more papers lying around, no more lost things that come in the mail. They go through the scanner right away, shredder, we're out of here. So it's awesome. Normally I would be loading up for Lego League Robotics, and I would have left earlier, but there is a open house at the school tonight for our new students, and therefore no clubs after school today. Johnny's going to be really excited when he gets home this afternoon. The UPS man bought his new phone today. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy S6 pre-owned that I ordered from Sprint yesterday. It came today. And no, I did not request rush shipping, so that was a surprise, but he'll be excited. We'll set it up. The construction over there to widen this intersection is looking serious, folks. Thank goodness the sun has finally poked through those clouds. We're holding it 78 degrees. It's warm out there. How exciting. My Facebook feed is lit up with excited non-Tesla owners currently who are getting their Model 3 configuration invites today. Really exciting. And that comes after the Falcon 9 successful launch this morning and payload deployment. So that's way cool too. Stop to take pictures of this gorgeous saucer magnolia. Birds chirping. Johnny says he even saw a bee.
Okay, there's my girl. She's cooking in the kitchen. I've actually made hard-boiled eggs, so there's a problem. It's a yeah, plenty of heat. So I have actually turned on the air conditioner today, which is the 22nd of February, the earliest I have ever turned on the air conditioner. It is 77 outdoors.
Don's taking care of Ruby. Didn't want to leave her dirty. Don't know how long she'll stay clean, but gotta give it a try. Who knows when yellow season will be here this year. All those big tall pine trees we have in North Carolina, when they let loose their pollen, the pine cones, everything gets coated in yellow pollen. You'll see it's horrible, and it goes on for like 2 or 3 weeks. Usually that's at the end of April. But I don't know, this year it could be earlier. It was either wash Ruby or work on the state income tax. Which would you rather do on a pretty spring day? Be outside, right? Yeah, me too. So I had to cut that seal. Go ahead and open it, Johnny.
There she is.
Looks pretty cool. You can pull her on out. Pull up on this tab and it'll get it out of the cardboard. That's what that's for. There you go.
Ooh.
Well, it's got his fingerprints on it now, but yeah, looks in pretty good condition. Well, let's see what we got to do. It seems to be letting me do it online, and it seems to be working. So not having to call them would be a good... So that was really easy. We put in Johnny's Google email and password and set up his fingerprint, and it's downloading his apps from the other phone. And it came with a very small status charge. It was like at 3%, so we had to plug it in. It wasn't charged at all.
Don's over here griping about brake dust on the Tesla. That's all he does, is he gripes about cleaning the wheels and the brake dust.
I came out to help. I'm going to start wiping down the door rims. I'm going to help. It's a large car to wipe off.
Goodness gracious, girl, you sure use up a lot of windshield washer fluid.
Well, considering I'm supposed to keep the car clean and I'm not allowed to wash the windows, that's a little bit surprising. But yeah, I guess once she's dirty, I just let her fire away.
Yeah, and of course, I guess with the windscreen that big, it probably takes a bit.
Don says it's taken almost a gallon to fill it up.
A gallon.
Much more than he expected.
Right. I mean, this entire jug minus a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, that's it. It's full.
Wow. Thank you for coming out here.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Much, much better. God, it's amazing. I mean, it's literally, it's been 7 days.
That's right.
And it was filthy.
It was filthy.
Yeah. Thanks, Donnie. All right, I got a piece of paper loaded, and then to scan it, you just press this big button. And it goes through that quick. And it automatically goes up to Google Drive, and we're done. That's the, you know, invoice from Sprint, just in case I need it. Well, the ribs we had for dinner were good, but not enough of them. We wanted more. We're headed to Taekwondo now, obviously, and a nice clean ruby. All right, here goes nothing. Look at that shiny ruby back there. Yep. Johnny and I got a tip from the Fuquay raid group that there was a 3031 CP Snorlax over here in downtown, and it was just on our way home from Taekwondo, so I have a very happy boy. 95 miles today. I'm slacking off. No, that's still a good number of miles, but TGIF tomorrow, seriously. Ruby says I can go a good bit more, 121, and it's still really warm outside. I hear you have something exciting to tell me.
Yeah, there's a new Lost in Space reboot, and it looks really good.
Lost in Space? You mean like Danger Will Robinson, Lost in Space? Like my all-time favorite television show, Lost in Space?
Yeah, and it looks really good.
Yeah? Who's doing it?
Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
And how long?
It's coming out in April.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Honestly, I grew up with Lost in Space. I love the robot. Yes, woo!